Hello friends, and welcome to Figure Study, where we appreciate the form in Transformers. Taking a little stop off in the movieverse again today, this time with Human Alliance Leadfoot, the last of the Human Alliance figures that I own. I'm pretty sure I said that once upon a time for another toy, but that has since changed. But Leadfoot is definitively the last Human Alliance figure that I currently own. And that's probably not going to change much in the future because there really aren't any other Human Alliance figures that are out there that I want. Yeah, I actually wanted Leadfoot. I know. But then again, it's me, so is it really that surprising? Leadfoot's vehicle mode is apparently a Chevrolet Impala that has been branded by Target, and Tums, and toilet paper, which could very well be a comment on the Michael Bay movies themselves. And there's the Autobot logo there, and Sprint, Lysol, my goodness. So many brands all over this thing. Okay, I guess that's it for all the brands, but yeah. I mean, it's not a bad looking car, really. It looks like a NASCAR vehicle. The logos all over it do look nice. They're nice and clear. And the white, red, and black color scheme actually does work pretty darn well. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Like, with the exception of the rims, which, you know me, kind of prefer painted rims. I don't know if it's accurate or not. If it is, I still think it'd look better if it was painted, but regardless, I think they actually did a really, really good job on the deco of this vehicle. I mean, it's pretty simple. You've got predominantly red with like just a little bit of black there, and then just like, you know, logos all over the place, and that's it. But it's like, it's all in the right spot. It looks really good. And the spoiler is painted, so there is that. I don't know, it looks really good. And then there's like a little bit of silver here, a little bit of silver there. It's like they painted just enough for it to look like they painted everything that needed to be painted. Yeah, looks good. And not only does it have see-through windows with a purpose, because, you know, Human Alliance, you could actually pop this open and put a driver in there, but it's dark enough that it actually covers up a lot of the robot bits. Like, you can still see in there, but it's tinted enough that it doesn't make everything super overt. And I really, really wish other Transformers that did the translucent windows did stuff like this. But anyway, I've had that rant enough the past couple of weeks, I think. But yeah, it looks really good. Right down to the netting in the windows there. I mean, there's not a whole lot else I could say about the vehicle mode, but like I have said, it is a good-looking vehicle mode. I can't really fault it for that. And bringing in our size comparisons, you can see that it's a Human Alliance car. You probably know how big it is if you have any other Human Alliance figures. So since I can't really say anything else about the vehicle mode other than it just for what it is, I think it looks perfect. Minus the tires. I guess we can just get straight to the transformation. Now, I will say before I do the transformation, there is going to be some fan moding here because his transformation is so weird and unclear. They don't get across, well, just exactly what his robot mode is supposed to look like. So what I'm going to do with him is not the, as I understand it, the stock transformation. It is sort of a fan mode, but really, as I understand it and as I've seen, your best bet with this guy, if you do get him, is you're going to want to do fan moding because his out of the box, this is how you transform it mode looks so bad. Anyway, let's get on with it. I feel like I've transformed movie masterpiece figures on camera more recently that were actually not as much of a pain as this guy. There's no part of Leadfoot's transformation that I consider scary, which is really important to me. But wow, it does take some doing. And as I said, this is not the official transformation. The official transformation involves this like folding down and the wheels folding all the way forward and all kinds of other weirdly disproportional stuff. And I'm not into that, so here we have my sort of fan mode, which is a sort of amalgamation of a few different fan modes that I've seen. And I honestly like the way Leadfoot looks, just with like the fan moding. It's ugly. He looks kind of like a robotic dumpy fat man, but I think that's kind of the point. And because of that, I actually really enjoy it. I think it's neat. This isn't the kind of thing you normally see in Transformers. It's not that often that you see, I guess, ugly humanoid forms. Yeah, you get some, disproportional stuff here and there. You get some asymmetry, but you don't get squat fat man robots that often in Transformers, from what I'm aware of anyway. But yeah, Leadfoot, for what he is, I think is actually pretty cool, which again is just unorthodox, and I'm all about unorthodox. He's very interesting looking. He's unfortunately very gappy on the side there, and this bit is weird to me because it's the way this is designed, it actually folds in, but short of just doing that, which I don't think has a point, and it actually gets in the way of the hip articulation, I don't see a reason for this to actually have a hinge. Unless this is made from another mold or something. But when you put it up like that, there's no room for that to tuck in, so it just sits there. I don't know. But as a movie figure, and especially Human Alliance, he's got a lot of molded detail, which is pretty cool. On the inside of this bit, he actually has some more molded detail and painted detail in there, which does look good. It's just, when you do that, it kind of throws all that off. And these are supposed to come forward, and I think kind of make a little bit of a belly for him, but it just ends up looking not good. Just no. No, 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 no. So, as I said, with what I do, I just fold it back and kind of tuck all this up. And I just think that looks better. It still gives him a belly, but it's not... It's a more regular beer belly looking thing, and not a weirdly, jutting out, impossible belly. These I could never find a really good thing to do with them, but I tend to put them put them inside there just to add a little bit more bulk to his midsection. And yeah, he still very much carries along that look of movie figures where it looks like a car exploded and that explosion turned into an anthropomorphic robot. I actually kind of like how the car just kind of looks like a smushed up vest for him. There's a lot of robot tucks away in there. And really, technically, he doesn't have that much kibble, though the entire top of the car is on his back, but it folds up nicely at least. And yeah, it's just, good detail throughout. Very weirdly proportioned, but I'm kind of into that. And I like the overall aesthetic. And the color scheme also works. I mean, he's now kind of got a little bit of gray and tannish gray plastic here, which is a little strange, but it doesn't really... all the car bits are red and black, with some, white details and some silver details, but, it's pretty much just red and black. So having the robot bits a completely different color with no real mixing between the two, I think actually works pretty well, because it really does make all of those car bits stand out. And it makes it look sort of like he's wearing parts of his alt mode as a suit. Now, that face, I don't dislike the face, but I'm not a fan of the face as it is right now. Because it kind of looks like he's blushing because his senpai has noticed him, and it's a little weird. I mean, it's fine if Leadfoot has a senpai that he's crushing on and, all that, but I don't know, it's just weird to see a Transformer blush. However, as with Human Alliance Jazz, he's got this lever back there that I can't reach with this in the way, so just rotate that out of the way real quick. Okay, so now I can reach that, pull it up, and much like Jazz, you suddenly get, in this case, sunglasses rather than a visor. And that I actually like quite a bit. I think his head looks really good with the aviator glasses on. And from here I can really enjoy the head sculpt because he basically looks like a balding guy with a beard. And it's an interesting look for a Transformer. It's not something that at least me, that I'm used to seeing. It's very unique for me. How unique it is for everyone else, I don't know. But for me, it's interesting. I mean, it's cool in its differentness. There's a lot to Leadfoot that I like because of how different it is. It's a very nice head sculpt. It's a shame that there's all the detail in there that's painted that is covered up by the sunglasses, but he looks so much better with the sunglasses down, so they're just going to stay there. One thing that does kind of stink with Leadfoot is his arms. He doesn't technically have gorilla arms because he kind of has an elbow, but it's way up here. And if you turn this, you can kind of get an elbow, but then his hands like this, he can't actually turn his wrists, so I just kind of use this as an elbow because it's what I got. Which is a little bit of a shame, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll live. I don't normally talk about accessories, as you all probably know, but I kind of feel the need to talk about this. Steeljaw. Steeljaw is probably one of the stupidest and weirdest accessories I've ever seen that comes with any of the movie figures. Definitely the weirdest and ugliest of all the movie figure accessories that I have. And I kind of really love him. He's a big, dumb robot dog, and he has a little chain leash, and the little chain leash goes into Leadfoot's hand. And now Leadfoot is taking Steeljaw for a walk, and I love that. There's so much that Leadfoot does that's just dumb and weird, and I love that about this toy. It's ugly, and it's got such an annoying transformation, and you really have to fan mode it to make it any kind of acceptable looking. But it's a fat robot man walking a dog. I can't not love that. Ugh, let's move these two off to the side here, but I seriously, I love how that looks. It's so just perfectly dumb. Size-wise, he's actually kind of short for a Human Alliance figure, too. I mean, at this point, he's kind of almost Voyager size, really, if you look at him with the Power of the Primes Deluxe and the Amiibo there. So he's not very big. It's a pretty decently sized car, and weirdly, even though it opens up and transforms, it actually kind of crushes in a little bit to make the chunky robot, which, again, is a little bit weird, but I kind of really love it for that. I mean, again, Leadfoot has his problems. Many of them mechanical, or just design-wise, like this thing's not pegging in right, which I think is just the lining up of things. And this whole section here, it's not clear how you're supposed to transform it, but it is ripe for fan moding. There's that unnecessary hinge on the back. His head looks really dumb without the glasses on. His colors, his robot colors at least, are all some version of tan, but I just can't help but love how weird this figure is. And yeah, admittedly, I'm not a big fan of the transformation itself, but once you get it done, the car looks really good, and the robot looks really bad in a way that makes it look really good. So I don't know, it's just, I really actually like this figure a lot. It's just one of the more unique and interesting robots that I have in my movie collection. But anyway, that is just what I think. What do you all think? Because I know there are definitely opinions on Human Alliance Leadfoot floating out there. Have you been avoiding him like the plague because of the fact that he's got such a fiddly transformation and such a bad-looking robot mode that kind of requires fan moding to be acceptable? Do you have other things that you like to do for fan moding to make him look a little better? Do you hate him with a passion? Because, I could understand that, because, like I said, he's not really fun to transform. And how do you all feel about Steeljaw? I think it's cool that you can kind of turn Steeljaw into a mace weapon if you plug that missile in and transform him into basically a ball. But what sucks is Leadfoot really can't hold it, so I don't like to do that, and I just kind of prefer this. And yeah, I know you can turn him into a crossbow, but it's not very interesting. And I know there's a deluxe version of him too, so for anyone out there who has the deluxe as well as the Human Alliance figure, which of those two is your favorite? Whatever your thoughts, please feel free to comment down below. I do always enjoy hearing from you. While you're at it, also feel free to like or subscribe. Any combination of those three things would make me a happy Rob. And remember, art, even really intentionally ugly art, can be more than meets the eye.